Nice. I didn't even hear yours, so I'm assuming that's a good sign.
It was a shitty clap, but
it was like
I fucked it pretty bad. But
I fucked it in the ass. But speaking about what you were just saying, that's the only downside because like my girlfriend and I switch off weekends staying at each other's apartments because now
I
she
thought you were
lives in
gonna say
Brooklyn.
you switch off weekends with the bong, she takes it one weekend, like I got custody this weekend.
Kind of.
So.
Honestly, that's kind of what it's like because I can't smoke in her apartment, so I have to like bring a bowl and like step outside like I'm a smoker.
Right. It's the worst.
But they have like this ashtray in their family room. I'm like, man, if we could just
Just like there to taunt you, like you can't smoke inside, but they have an ashtray.
maybe they use incense or something.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Who fucking knows, man?
That verse I was looking up by Uzi. He goes, I wanted to get to touch on this. So he says, you know, every day I'm getting older, but I'm young enough for your door. And then he says, and you know my neck is flooded in boulders, getting money, yeah, that's my quota. Even though little Uzi getting older, no, I'm young enough for your door.
Oh, so he really does say that young enough for your door. He says
like
it twice
in like 6 bars, and it's just like, damn, he is young enough. Believe it or not, he's like our age. I mean,
He's like a year older than us, yeah.
Yeah, roughly.
I love little Uzi. Uzi, if you're listening, we love you.
Yes, we love you. But what did you sent me a video of him like he's like featured, or I don't know if it's his song and the other guy's featured, but it's like a redneck type, like, you know, driving
it's like country emo trap.
Yeah, they're like driving trucks through mud and stuff, and like I don't even know what kind of.
And he's like, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up.
I liked his contribution to the musical effort, but that whole I mean, I don't even know what you would call that. Like I'm trying to think of, you know, like Air, or like I don't know, like, you know, like AER.
I know that's a band you like.
Yeah, I haven't listened to them in years, but
you did it one time.
I mean, I listened to 2 of their songs.
You listen to music like that. That's not your style. Let me tell you what he's fucking talking about, because this is exactly the type of music Tony listens to. What's happening right now is Tony saying that a version of music that's basically the same shit he loves is cringe. He's not part of that. He's part of the cool version of metalcore gas station metal music. He doesn't listen to Air. Oh no,
they're very, very different types of music.
He's a discerning listener. Trust me, folks. He would never listen to something like, boy, there's so many great options here.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually don't know what the hell that is. I thought they were more like metalcore rap metal vibes.
Air? No, yeah, Air's like fucking. I mean, I don't hate them, but they're like lake house, like float trip, like white person rap. You know?
Yeah.
And it's fine, like, but it's not anything I would go to myself. You know, I'll listen to it though if it's on a float trip. You know,
I see the goggles are next to the TV. Those look sick, dude.
Oh, thank you. Yes, those one of those for you. Whenever we go, you know, you can borrow the Rasta one. Got a whole Rasta set up.
That is technically what the manufacturer calls that color variant, so it is the Rasta.
I did not.
I don't love it. I don't like that you call it that.
The Jamaican Rastafarian mask over there. Actually, it has like a scully cap, and it's got like fake dreads that you can wear with it too.
Great guys. Fake dreads, fake locks.
No, they're real, but they're like sewn.
They're real.
Yeah, real.
They're from the
dreads.
head of real Jamaicans. Don't worry.
Yeah,
cool. No, I remember that being like a cool. Like people. I remember in middle school people being like, "Yeah, dude," and they have helmets with like fake dreads that make you look like Predator.
Yeah, they have those.
And you would go paintballing, you'd see guys running around with like fake locks.
I don't like having stuff like hanging off my. Like I have the ones where it comes down to like cover your neck, but I just like wrap it up and tuck it. I would rather just
take like a Metal Gear Solid sort of like head cape thing that like goes over like a cloak, sort of a cloak.
You kind of already have a natural one going. You don't even need anything like that. Look at that.
They call me Red Cloak.
That's actually a pretty badass name. Maybe you can borrow all my red gear instead.
AKA Little Red Riding Hood.
What were you talking about with the Tour de France though? Because I haven't.
Did you see that clip I sent you?
Oh, you sent me something? No.
Yeah. Well, it's on the show notes. It's the first thing on the show notes if you look at it. It's pretty wild. If you guys are listening to this, I sent Tony a clip of the person who caused the massive crash.
Oh my god!
The beginning of the Tour de France, and if you watch what the person did to cause it, you may be a little frustrated. You may be a little frustrated watching it. You're seeing this, Tom?
Oh my god!
Like, fuck that person.
Absolute dumbass.
Yeah, cow brain. Literal animal brain person. Actually, that's insulting to cows. Like shoving a sign to get it on TV right in, like, how do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up? You're at the beginning of the Tour de France standing like roadside and you have a sign and it's not good enough that you just hold the sign up.
It would have been in camera too if he had just not stood there, like because the camera pans back to watch the bikers. So it's weird though that the biker is like he's just like riding straight towards the sign, just like not yelling or anything. He's just like gonna hit this sign.
He can't see. He's going fast.
No, I mean,
well, and they also shoved it out, like, you know, they probably didn't even see it. It kind of does
look like he kind of comes in at the last
It is
second.
also funny, like, what is that, a wooden sign? You're going to crash because some cardboard hit you? Like, I guess it just scared him, honestly. Like, I don't know how he crashed when it literally is just a piece of cardboard, but I guess it's firm.
He hit the dude a little bit, too, like the dude's arm and stuff. I think that like just threw him off a little bit.
Just holding a sign with your arms out, like this. Have you seen that? What an asshole.
Have you seen that one video of the, it's like, I don't know why people do this, but people ride their bikes down like a ski slope and it's like hundreds and hundreds of them and one person eats shit, obviously. And literally like everyone behind them just piles up and it's just like, yeah.
That's how you break. That's just like, I really want to break a bone as quickly as possible. It's like those people who do that running down that muddy hill thing too. It's like, all right, yeah, break your fucking bones. Yeah, they do. People do die.
Really?
Yeah, people have died on that.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. I mean, you can break your fucking neck doing that.
Yeah. Like one girl was like the king of it though. I gotta. Yeah, hold on. I gotta show you this clip. Oh no. Okay, where is it?
Tony's pulling up a clip for me to send to me for me to watch. We're still in the Stone Age when it comes to sharing media on this podcast, unfortunately.
Here you go. It's the last link in there.
It's the last link. Let's click on it. All right. Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This looks insane.
Oh my God. Oh, I haven't even watched this in a little while. Yeah.
This looks insane.
The crash starts.
How do people even do this?
Like 30 seconds in.
You're on a bike? What, a mountain bike? 30 seconds in is the first crash. All right, I'm almost there. Oh no! Oh no! They're so close to each other now.
Yeah, it's like hundreds of them, and they all come to a bottleneck. So
oh no! Oh wow! Oh no! They're all about to crash, but no one's crashed yet. Oh, there he goes! Oh no! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
I've seen this on my Facebook.
This is like sheer hell.
Yeah, like good luck finding your bike too after you crash.
Oh my God! One person over to the right is just sliding down. Well, it's because they can see that there's a giant pileup.
Yeah, I'd bail it.
Now everyone's slowing down. God, what a video! I've never seen that. It's called Mountain of Hell. I mean, hell yeah, that's what that is.
Speaking of ski lifts, did you see the other video where it's like, I think it's in Germany, and the ski lift malfunctions, and people just get flung from it? You should watch that one too.
Nah, I'm not watching that.
I just posted.
I really don't feel like looking at that. That's too scary for me.
No one died or anything. Just
it doesn't matter.
8 seriously injured. Just brutally injured. You like one person.
No one died. Flung. They were just twitching, barely alive on the ground with open fractures.
Oh my god! Yeah.
I'm not watching that shit. Tony, shut the fuck up real quick. Actually, shut the fuck up real quick.
That's my bad. I'm sorry.
I forgot something. God damn it. I honestly did.
Yeah? Pray tell.
I will pray thy tell. I forgot to introduce the podcast.
Damn. Oh, dropped the wall on that one.
Yeah.
We had talked about this not but 5 minutes before the show. I was like, don't forget this time. You did. So.
God damn it. Look, I'll make up for it by just doing it now, if that's cool.
Yeah, go. I'm waiting.
Ladies and gentlemen, so aggressive. God damn. fucking mad. It is Monday, as it usually is every time you listen to this podcast, if you listen to it when it comes out. June 28th. We're at the end of June. I want to see June.
I want to see
I want to see June. Oh god, I got a joke for that. That's so it's sad. It's like, what if my dad's dying? He's got like a terminal disease, and they're like, you may or may not live to see June. He's like, I want to see June. I want to see June. I didn't mean to see that June. I want to see June of this year. Anyways, sorry, yeah. Dark joke, but technically that works, right? That's funny.
Disease, yeah.
Just making a joke about, but it actually works. You know, that's the fucked up thing.
Does, yeah.
And I had to make it because it actually works as a joke. Anyways, sorry, Dad. That's just a joke. It's just did that for comedic purposes. Hope you don't ever have a terminal disease. Welcome everybody to another episode of Welcome Boke, episode 91. To be exact. Boom.
Sheesh. 91.
91. What a number.
That's nearly 94. Tell you what.
You know, that's damn close to 94. What? And hey, you know what's funny? You mentioned that? That's the year I was born. 94.
Oh, it was indeed.
So it is close to 94 when you think about it.
Dude, officially entering your late 20s this year. Ugh. Woof.
Oh, you are?
No, you.
You are in your late 20s. You're in the later
25.
half.
How is that my late 20s?
Well, in about like 12 days, you're going to be 26.
That's mid 20s still. 24, 25,
26
26.
is not mid 20s. It's the later half of your 20s. And plus, I can't wait to get to 30, 40, because that's running up the high score. That means I've seen this reality for 40 years. Think about little X Tentacion. He was a mere 20 years old, a mere 19. And he was slain. He was slain by his perpetrators. He was slain by his nemesis in the kingdom.
Epic fail on his part.
Just Daniel Tosh the day X Tentacion died, just being like, I call that an epic fail. Anyways, let's look at this fat woman who's falling off a table. Yeah. My Daniel Tosh impression is just like a gayer Tucker and more aggressive. Yeah. Just like, wow, look at this. This is the internet. Like I haven't heard Daniel Tosh speak in years. Anyways, goddamn, I got off track. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, 94. Okay. I am your host, Connor Boyd, joined as always by my best friend from the great Gateway to the West, St. Louis, Missouri, which is where we're all from. Tony Harrow is on the show today. Tony, welcome.
Thank you.
I'm hoping that your video kind of stabilizes soon. I mean, it's semi-stable. It goes in and out. But we're gonna rock with it because at the end of the day, this is a podcast, not a video.
Right. We got more audio listeners than visual viewers.
We have more pressing matters to attend to. And if it has to just be a frozen hieroglyph of Tony and
just
I'm
put
talking.
A screenshot of me just like
yeah,
like that.
Your tombstone. A picture of a tombstone that says "Rest in peace, Tony," and I'm just talking to you. Anyways, every week we get together. Oh, and I should say Max Sanza is also usually on the show. Our resident drummer and chucklehead, Max. But he's too busy being a professional to do the pod this weekend. But just understand he is collecting bags, right? Something a lot of you guys could do more of. You know what I'm saying?
Wop shit.
What?
Wop shit. That guap shit. Acquiring the
guap. I thought you said wop, and I'm like
wop. Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah, he's fucking a wet pussy.
he's fucking wet ass pussies for dollars for money. He's a whore. No. But yeah, this is what the podcast is. Every week we get together, we catch up on the latest and just maybe shit like movies and video games and shit like that, but also maybe just shit in our lives. Maybe just whatever. It's very open. It's very fluid and open to change. You get me. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you're watching. Give us a sub. We'd appreciate it. If you also want to hop in our Discord, we have a popping one, and I'll talk about this later. I do want to play more video games because I've been on a tear with the movies and reading recently. But I would like to, parse in more video games. Anyways, so there's fools over there that play a lot of Halo and all kinds of shit, and they're active, and all of them are really chill people. So you can hit that description link if you want to join that. Just letting you know. Also follow us on Spotify if you're not already doing so you don't miss a single episode of the pod. We're also on Apple Podcasts and I believe Google Play, though I've never really, or Google Podcasts, but I've never really checked up on that. Also follow us on Twitter, which is at Woke in Boke Pod, and it's just an N in the name. And Instagram, same thing, at Woke in Boke Podcast. To get updates on the pod every week, I post clips on the Instagram and Twitter. So if you don't want to listen to the pod, you can at least follow those and see some clips. And maybe if you find one funny, say, hey, I'll go listen to that episode. That's sort of the formula. And reach out to our Gmail, wokeandbokepodcast@gmail.com. With your questions, comments, and suggestions, and we will read them on the show. I think, we've been having a lot of two-player eps recently, but that's just because people are busy and living life. But I like the two-player eps to read some of the emails. I feel like it's appropriate. You know what I mean? It's like when you're lacking one guest, you kind of rip open some of the emails,
fill it in with our guest, with our fans.
Because when the three are there, it's just like we don't even have time. There's too much philosophy to discuss when the three of our minds combine. So yeah, we might rip into those. Links to all these are listed in the show description. If you're a first-time listener, thank you. We appreciate it. Stick around. I like to think this is a fun, chill podcast. It's something you could throw on when you're just walking around, you're making shit. You just need to kill time for an hour. It's a chill vibe, as the children always say.
Kill
and
time
we love it because
sessions. Sorry, what?
That's another great time. Sure.
Go. Sorry. Didn't mean to
and like I said, we love it because it's just we've known each other for probably 20 years, all of us. I'm just gonna say 20 years. I don't think I've known Max for 20 years, but I've known him for 15. You know what I mean? It's like almost it's the same bracket of.
Well, you met in sixth grade, right? When we started, it was easy for us because we started like this. Our grade in the year we were in matched up, so 06, sixth grade.
That's why we're the perfect wave of children. Sorry, we're
the chosen generation.
The chosen generation, of course. This is why we're the chosen generation. Okay, listen to this. Born in the early 90s, mid 90s, right? Then you become of age, just old enough to have remembered and felt witness to 9/11. So that's kind of like baby boomers that were born in like 60, 61. You know what I mean? That's kind of like almost the best. That's almost the best kind of time in the 20th century to be born, because you get to be a teenager in the 80s and you think you're scared of the Russians, but like you think you run the world.
The best if you're white or not.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's really what we're getting to. And this is really more of an analysis. This is not me qualitatively saying like this is the best. I just think there is something fateful and destined about this. About if you're born between like 91, 95. There's something about that. But anyways, old enough to see 9/11. So it's kind of like being born in the early 60s and remembering the moon landing. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like you just were old enough to remember that. Like my dad born 62, so he was 7. And it's like I was born 94, so I was 7. You know, you see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like it's just kind of crazy. So anyways, that's why I think so anyways, but there's more to this. You get to 9/11, you're 7 years old, you're just old enough to experience it. Then, you know what I mean? You go to sort of like iPod, you're old enough to kind of get into that. iPhone comes out when we're in 6th grade. Right at the beginning of our middle school, the iPhone comes out.
No, that was freshman year, I remember.
No.
2009, right?
The original iPhone came out in 2006.
Oh, okay.
I believe. Someone check me on that. Then social media happens like when you're in early high school, middle school. Social media actually starts. Basically, high school starts the pervasive use of Facebook completely lines up with the ascension into upperclassmen in high school. And then it's completely full blown by the time you get to college. Mm-hmm. It's completely hitting its peak by the time you get to college, and then college ends with the election of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of, you know what I mean? Like it's lined up our perception of how this happened. And keep in mind, this shit where you're locked into your phone. Now, was I playing a lot of video games and watching a lot of TV as a kid? Yes. But that I had to have access to that. You know what I mean? I wasn't walking around with that, really. I mean, I had a Game Boy, but it's not the same thing because it's deepened into this place where it's like we're communicating through it and sharing our lives through it. It's not just, it's changing a lot more than that. But just what I'm saying is I remember being in my backyard a lot, a ton. You would be in a kid with a sick backyard. It was like he had, if I had to interpret it, it's like he had, you know, like a huge PlayStation or something, you know, or a huge TV. It was like that's sick. It's like a sick, because like when you're a kid, people's houses are like just like little portals you're able to like enter. You don't have any like idea that like you could own a house or anything like that. So you like kind of rank kids' houses. Like you go over to their house, you're like, okay, this kind of just good snacks. House is pretty big backyard. That's cool. You know, and I always knew my house was just like really quaint. It wasn't like this like we're going to the Churchinsons, their big ass house in the suburbs, and like we drive out and there's like 18 cars in their driveway and they have a big barbecue on their porch. You know, it's like big. Oh, I think Nancy's on the 4th floor. If you want to go say hi to her, it's like, you know what I mean. She's in the 3rd floor attic. If you want to go up and play with the kids and watch a movie up there, like that shit, you know. You're like, damn, okay, Richie.
You had a sick basement though, because it just had all the toys in it, you know. So I didn't even give a shit that like it was a relatively small house. Like we just went down to that little basement of yours and just chilled down there and just played with Rescue Heroes and shit. Like, damn, you had the whole set.
I love that I was still playing with Rescue Heroes at like 8, at like 9. You know what I mean? I love that.
I mean, I was still playing with Transformers by then, you know? Not playing with them, but I bought them and posed them.
I don't need any of this shit. I don't need any of this shit. Put me back, like someone knocked my head with an aluminum bat, put me back into being about 8 years old. Give me some fucking toys. Dude, entertain the shit out of myself for hours playing with toys.
Some yellow wiffle ball bats.
In my imagination, that's all you need. Some yellow wiffle ball bats and some Nerf guns, and you have a massive multiplayer online game.
Yeah.
I'm serious to you. Like, that's why Dungeons and Dragons is cool to me, but it's almost like it's really dope. It's kind of slow. It's like, it's just like not, like running around and pretending to be the thing is more fun to me than.
So you want to
start? And then I roll 6, and you strike the orc chief for me. My androgynous serpent mage that I've invented. Like that. Shit.
It's cool because like my brother literally will have like, you know, a dozen friends over, and they'll just have a massive
D&D
like
campaign?
a D&D game, or like a what do you call it? Like stratagem, or I don't know. It's like they have a whole map of the world. Yeah, and they like are negotiating on like treaties and shit. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is like. We're like getting mad at each other over it.
I love your brother so much.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Like, it's truly like the Gohan Goku. You know what I mean? It really is like he's not your son, but it's just like. You know what I mean? He's just as powerful as you. Like, he's just as powerful as you.
He is.
If not more so. Like, he's a genius.
I'm afraid of him. I fear him.
Yeah. You fear his Machiavellian instincts. Even though...
Yeah. He's crazy.
He's amazing, too, because I can just shit on you to him constantly. Like, when we were waiting on you somewhere, like, over the break, or, like, you were trying to get to a dealer, and I'm like... What the fuck was Tony thinking doing that? Like, and he's like, dude, you know, Tony's just, you got to go with the flow sometimes. You just got to, like, he'll just let me completely shit on you to him. Like, get so mad. I'll get so mad. And then we were driving around. Oh, it was the night I came over and we had to wait like 4 hours to get weed. Even though he said he was going to have it.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the most annoying shit on the planet.
And then I was complaining to him about coming to the mall and your whole family was there, but you made it sound like I was just meeting you at the mall. This is what Tony did. He was like, yo, me and John are at the mall. I'm like, me, John, mall. Got it. All right, I'm coming. And then I show up and it's literally like, I'm like high. I got like an outfit on and like... His family just turns the corner, like all just so happy, All of them like,
my grandma's there.
I'm looking around. Yeah, your grandma's most wholesome shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Is everyone just walking around like, oh, we're not in any rush to leave here. Like I literally thought I was coming to get picked up and we're gone. Like, or maybe you and I go to a GameStop for a second or something.
You got to know better.
Expectations were wildly apart from each other. And I was bitching to John about this. I was like, your fucking brother pisses me off so much. And he was like, you know, you gotta go. But he's like skinny and has that Q-tip fucking hair. Like that ball of fucking hair. And I came over that night and the first thing he was like, do you know about the satanic dance that they did before they opened up the tunnel through that cave in Sweden? I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he showed it to me. Oh my God, I wonder if I can find this because I can throw it on the show. Satanic dance through tunnel opening something like that. Switzerland, gateway to Alps, gateway to hell. But yeah, I came over and when we were waiting for that shit, he showed me this YouTube video. This is not. Hold on. Tunnel in Sweden? What the fuck is it called? I forget.
Hinka-dinka-durgan.
It's the Fjörgen season.
Have you heard of the satanic dance?
Did you know that we worship Satan? I worship the devil and Satan. No, it's not the fucking underwater tunnel. God damn it, John. Hold on. Satanic train tunnel opening ceremony. There we go. Let me see this shit. There was marching. There was fucking bizarre ceremony opens world's longest tunnel.
See, he never told me about this. I'm a little upset. I'm gonna have to talk to him later.
Yeah, dude. I think this is something they do for a lot of shit because this is a different one. There's a lot of different ones. If you look up Gotthard, it's quite literally Gotthard base, BASE, tunnel opening ceremony. This is not what he showed me, but like there's other shit like this. Like I'm trying to find the one because it was like wait. Maybe it was this Gotthard. Anyways, folks.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, they're like all marching, like dead in the eyes.
And John was like, there's a conspiracy theory that this is actually Satan. And I was like, whoa. He's like, yeah, this is the devil being born. And I was like, word? And he was like, yeah. And it was like really chill. We were watching it. Okay, I can't fucking find it, but abstract performance. Oh, I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Here, I'll send it to you. Actually, I'm going to put it in the Zoom chat.
Bro, but this one's crazy in itself. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, it looks like some fucking like
it's some Hernga shit for sure.
They're like it looks like dance moves you'd see like extras doing in like a live action Lion King play or something where they're just like
right. But yeah, it gets very intense in the one I just sent you. And then like Satan comes down. It's in the Zoom chat, but honestly, don't even watch it. Don't even waste my fucking time.
I'll watch it later because this one's pretty. Oh, okay, yeah, these guys are naked.
Oh, these guys are naked. But yeah, man,
this is a whole ass thing. Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
This guy's wearing like a super big like baby face mask. It's like
yeah, and it's supposed to be like the birth of Satan. Anyways, your brother showed me that when I came over, but it's just so funny how he knows so much Latin and classical language and shit. He plays he plays fucking Strategum.
He's going to WashU, super prestigious university for grad school. Pretty impressive.
Most impressive.
Really shitting on my legacy as the best child. But
we smart.
Okay. What?
I said we smart.
We smart. Yeah. Yo, dude, did you watch? You said you did watch season 5, Epi 1 of that Rick Mort.
Fantastic transition because I got plenty to say about that. I watched it this morning, actually.
Very nice.
I'll give you my take on it. You can give me your take back. Does that sound good? Like,
yeah.
To me, okay, positive stuff. I think it's really like so funny how for very small jokes, there's so much detail in the animation. Yeah. For when they like the joke where there's essentially Morty to get like wine and like the classic like awkward situation sitcom trope. He has to like keep dealing with something that's in the back of the house, and it's this portal where he's stored wine on the other side of it. But every time he leaves and comes back, like decades have passed by. And so
on the other end of the portal,
on the other end,
it's like Narnia, where years can pass inside the portal, but when you come back, it's only been a few seconds. You know.
Exactly.
And they make that joke that it's like Narnia. He's like, no, it's not. It's completely different. But yeah,
it's not a beaver Narnia who loves Jesus, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he fucking blah 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 does that a lot, and so the joke is the other side keeps getting further and further into the future, and the society of the other side is like more and more advanced and crazy by the end of the episode. And that's like a very common Rick and Morty thing. But I just think it's like really fascinating how they kind of flex the fact that like we could like they had to visually, creatively, artistically flesh out all of that shit. Yeah. Even though it happens like that, even though it like comes on screen and leaves like that, they'll have like a whole fleshed out aesthetic of like a world. You know what I mean? Like it went from like this utopian small like village society to like a dark fantasy kingdom to like a sort of futuristic capitalist dystopian to like a full on cyberpunk Tron realm. And it's like it's just kind of like the fact that they can flesh each of those out just for a joke is pretty impressive from like a creative standpoint. The shit I didn't like is like, and like, I don't know. I think the show is just kind of starting to grate on me a little bit, just because like it has been like, 5 years they've been making these, and
8 years, dude. 2013 came out,
and like
first came out,
right? Oh, really? Yeah. I didn't know that. Okay,
yeah,
but there's only 5 seasons, I guess.
Yeah, they take like a whole year off between seasons, is why.
Right.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, maybe it's just this episode, but just like I'm getting sick of like listening to Rick and the cadence at which he tells jokes. And that's a continual process for me that has been for a long time. Is sometimes you get sick of hearing that type of delivery, and then they'll win you over with a line that makes you laugh or something like that. But like the Mr. Nermal is
Mr. Nimbus.
Mr. Nimbus,
I am Mr. Nimbus.
Where they keep repeating the same word or phrase because they think it's funny, like Pickle Rick, show me what you got.
Right. It is
like
a Pickle
Mr.
Rick
Meeseeks, all that shit. Those are never funny to me, really. And this episode was really heavy on that. And the whole the sexual stuff in Rick and Morty, I don't like ever really. It always makes me really uncomfortable for some reason.
Like the parents wanted to have a threesome with Mr. Nimbus and like
like I know it's brilliantly like intentional that way, but it I almost just hate it. It's just too violating listening to them talk about fucking Mr. Nimbus and like how desperate they are
they
and
watch
how
porn together.
Yeah, and how Jerry's gay or whatever. Like,
yeah, I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it is funny to me that Jerry is like such a loser and he's also gay. Like, that's funny in like a schoolyard like recess way that I definitely have a sense of humor of. But it does start to get like they almost feel like they're equating homosexuality with him being like a loser or something like that. At times.
But he's not gay though. He's into like him and Beth are fucking.
Him and Beth are fucking, but it's like he's bisexual or something like that.
Right. He's into the threesome idea.
Yeah. But anyways, it's just the Mr. Nimbus thing annoyed me, and I don't know. The episode was like good, but I think I just get like tired of the formula. Like Morty not being able to close with that girl. It was like I loved how it opened where like he calls her and like God, the show opens so abruptly every fucking time. It's insane.
Yeah. They're in the middle of an adventure usually, and then the ending of that adventure usually like is the cause for like not even an adventure, but some shit getting fucked up at home and them having to deal with it, right? Because they land in the ocean and he breaks a treaty with Mr. Nimbus, who's basically Aquaman, like King of Atlantis, and the whole episode is like Rick having to have Mr. Nimbus over for like a dinner party to convince him to not fucking wipe out the world with water or whatever, to flood the earth. And
like
I thought that was fun
it was up to par with anything they put out. Like the episode was up to par with anything they've put out for sure. I think it's just the form, like Morty not being able to close with the girl that he likes that we've watched him like, and the point of that is that they have a codependent relationship, and Morty can never like do the things he actually should do, like have a life or go to school, and Rick is just trying to not be alone, basically. And that's his like only friend and distraction. But like, yeah, I wanted that would have been an interesting development. Morty having a girlfriend, you know what I mean? Yeah, that would have been cool.
I don't know.
I guess it makes sense.
I think they're still.
I'm saying all this with this right now. That's pretty funny.
I think they're going to flesh that out more, like the way they ended it with that girl. Like she says she's a time god now because she was, trapped in that
she's coming back for sure.
Yeah, they're going to flesh that because they do that. They like, take,
it's like Invincible or Adventure Brothers. They're not going to leave any thread hanging.
Yeah. And yeah, I think like the best part of the show is how they take these sort of sci-fi and fantasy tropes or like story ideas and they distill them down into like a 20-minute sort of comedy adventure type show, obviously, and and they just make it. Yeah, I don't know, they leave the wine in the portal.
It gets tedious to me. That's all I'm saying. It gets tedious to me to have to watch it because you're like, do some cool shit, not like always trying to like clean up a fucking mess. You know, it's always like things are falling apart instead of like them actually developing anywhere. It's kind of like Silicon Valley, you know what I mean? Where it's like it just there's never satisfaction. Like they never there's cool moments, but they just never pans out. It peters always.
I love the moments where like, you know, they leave the wine in there to let it age thousands of years. And then they go in to get the wine, and the father, there's like this little family there, just a man and wife, but they're like dog people. And the father helps Morty bring the wine back through the portal. And then when he goes back, like 100 years have passed, even though it's been a second in our world, and his son's there and he's like, hello, father. His son that, you know, wasn't born yet. The wife was pregnant, and he just kills his father. And, you know, and then he grows old, and Morty comes back through later, and, you know, his children are, you know, it just like,
no, it's very funny.
Yeah. I don't know. I love that. They take these, it's
just like, I don't know. It's like, the sensibility of it, like the aesthetic of it, it can almost be grating at times, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's just like, sometimes it just hits in a way where it's just like, that one was too much, or like, I don't know. I think honestly, all my problems stem out from just like it being exactly what Rick and Morty is like. And I feel like I think the show needs a change or something, or like it needs like, it needs to have like, I want Rick to be, I think this is coming, but I need Rick to be a little bit humbled. Like I need more like, you know what I mean? Like I just need a little bit more depth to shit. Because what I don't love is how it's that type of storytelling where the humor and the action is all trying to distract you from the actual development that's happening right in front of your eyes.
Right. Well, it's more like, you know, sort of episodic. Like each episode, for the most part, is, like I said, it's like they're taking this sci-fi or fantasy idea and then they're building the rest of the episode around it. Like they have one where it's like, you know, the Council of Ricks. That's like taking from Fantastic Four. There's like the Council of Reeds, where it's like him from Infinite Realities have created a whole fucking like society of just him. Or they're like, you know, I forget. Oh, like there's one that's based off of a recent movie. What is it called? Live, Die, Repeat. That wasn't like the original name of it though, but that Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt movie.
No, yeah, I know.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. That was the name of it originally. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and so they have an episode that's just like based off that. So they're just, I don't know. I enjoy that because I like sci-fi and fantasy, and then they just put their own and I get it. Like the dialogue is like super fast, and like, you know, like you could easily be annoyed by how witty it's trying to be, but
yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly. It's like those shows like Archer. I period don't watch Archer because of that reason. It's grating. It's like I'm sure it's funny. I'm sure there's fair, greatly written humor jokes in there, but I can't. It's so much like alcoholic humor. That's what it is, man. It's like alcoholic humor. I'm dead serious.
No,
it's humor that alcoholics find funny. It's like this crass, loud,
and Rick's
like mouthy, sassy shit. And it's alcoholics humor. Anyways, we should talk about something else because it's 40 minutes.
Yeah. I just want to touch on that because that shit was tight. I did enjoy it a lot. You know, I get the complaints.
I'm excited to see what some of the other episodes are. I feel like all the stuff I'm talking about, I think it's coming in season 5. I feel like
I feel like it's about time. Normal adventure.
They've given us like that kind of not filler season, but that more low development season where it was sort of like the self-contained stories. I think this season's going to have a little bit more.
Right.
Because already that thing with Morty and the girl is like kind of a big deal. So
right, and they got Evil Morty that they could bring back, who's like,
dude, they have a shit ton of stuff they could bring back.
Phoenix person, all that stuff. A lot of fun plot lines they can bring back. I'm looking forward to more.
We need to be showrunners, period. Okay. Dude, let's talk about some video games real quick. Tell me about what you think about Battlefield 2042. I haven't checked it out hardly at all.
Did you see the trailer?
I did not see the full trailer. I just saw the portion of the trailer where that one dude who did the trick shot. They added that in the CGI trailer. That's pretty dope. Good for that guy.
Was sick. No, I mean, I think it looks cool, but there's not going to be a battle royale mode. So I don't know why they would do that. If it's like an act of defiance, like, no, we're going to be super successful without one. I'm like, I was like, I feel like you had a chance to really steal. I feel like
once you get to that, yeah, you could, but then it's like, I don't know. Battlefield's Battlefield. Like, Battlefield started Battlefield. You know what I mean? Like, every game's trying to add a Battlefield mode, sort of like a 5-base large map 24v24 mode or something like that. And or like, I guess that would, is that what that is? 12v12 or 24x12? It might be 12v12. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I think it looks cool. They get natural disasters in a lot of them.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. I'm just gonna take a look. Natural disasters.
There's like literally a map where a tornado comes through. Yeah.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like an avalanche or something.
I'm pretty sure they have one of those too. They have like a snow themed map or like icy themed map.
Okay.
They have like a one where like it literally looks like a city in fucking Blade Runner.
Right.
In the new one, 2049, where it's like sand everywhere.
Game engine footage. This looks pretty good for game engine footage. I got it pulled up now. I'm going to drop it in the episode.
See, they have an opportunity here because COD is just like, I mean, I still like enjoy it and stuff. But what they're doing is they'll come out with a new season. They'll have a new gun.
That guy got destroyed.
They'll have a few new guns. Like, they'll all be overpowered. And
flight suit is crazy.
They'll tempt you to buy the battle pass for $20 so you can skip the tier, level that gun all the way up, and just have a super OP weapon and all that stuff. And then they nerf the gun.
Right.
And then...
You're right. That's it. That's what the model is. You're completely right. Like, you're completely right. That's why that's how they schedule the nerfs. It's around... I mean, I always knew it was around the releases, but that's why they do it, is so that they overpower the gun so you buy it.
Yeah. Dude, literally, this guy I watched Stone Mountain. He had this, I think it's the MG something, but he mounts it, and he's on, man, if you remember the maps, he's on top of Pool House, which is like right by Storage Town.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So, and he's looking over to sort of the hills towards Dam, by the tunnel. Yeah. And he's literally hitting he kills a guy with the LMG. That's like 1,000 meters. Like,
oh my god!
And it's just a few bullets, and but yeah, it's been nerfed to hell. It's like it's still like usable, but
I've kind of given up on Warzone just because of all the performance issues and also just like there's so many other games I should be playing. Like I should be like consuming other like pieces of art. If I believe that these games can give you the same thing that art can. I should probably play some of the other fucking games. Like I don't need to just grind on a multiplayer game.
That's why I'm not going to give Activision money ever again. I mean, maybe for a new game, but like in-game or like post-purchase spending with them. Like I run the car, I run whatever the best assault rifle is, and I'm cool with that. I mean, the first skin you get for your character. I don't care about any of that other shit.
The thing is like
I lost my account and I haven't gotten it back, so fuck them. And then they do this bullshit with the nerfing weapons after they release new ones that are OP.
This all looks pretty crazy. It's just a lot of like fighting in buildings, though, from what I can see. I guess this is the cinematic trailer I'm looking at from June 9th.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna probably buy it and play it.
I'll try this out for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it is my favorite type of.
Oh, here we go. This is the Jets.
FPS
sequence.
is my favorite type of game, but I do like Battle Royale a lot. But I don't know, maybe this will change my mind. It looks really cool though, the environments and and all that stuff. Especially that city in the desert, like that looks sick. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that cutscene's pretty dope.
They got the robotic dogs with the machine guns on their back. Cool stuff.
Yeah, it'll probably look really fire. I mean, I guess I'm just kind of like looking at this and I'm not really thinking about how this is like where the game takes place, but because it's just all like so CGI, I guess it's in engine though, they say.
Right. Dude, the fucking cinematics that Call of Duty puts out like once a month for this shit is like, it's some of the best CGI I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because they, you know.
Oh yeah, the tornado in the middle of a city.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
this game could be pretty dope. Like, but what I was saying, like, kind of about like games as art, like, yeah, I want to play some more like smaller games. I want to like finish Metal Gear Solid. I want to finish like, Death Stranding. I want to finish a lot of like. I still have to finish Red Dead 2. I mean, it's basically finished, but I got to finish the ending of the game.
Gotta do all the side quests, find all the
of course
hidden cowboy hats.
But I did start. I played last night. If you guys are listening to this, you can go to my Twitch. Probably still watch the stream. I played some BioShock. My mic was hella quiet, but I played some BioShock, and god damn, like that game holds up in a way where it's like. Games just are not made like that. They don't have that sense of play. You know what I mean? Like some of them really don't. Like the campaigns of shooters in general, they don't have that sense of like play anymore. Where it's like you have so many weapons that do different things. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not one weapon, one pistol running through a mission.
You're saying the old
shooting
stuff,
waves
you have
of people,
a ton of weapons.
The old stuff, you have a ton of weapons, but like BioShock, it's like it's not just weapons, but it's powers,
abilities, power wheels that you can select from. Yeah,
I want to play
BioShock
Control
Infinite's
too.
It's one of my favorite games ever. What?
I want to play Control too. This game Control. Someone described it to me as like it's like I don't know, Gears of War if you had like Jedi powers.
Oh, that's sick.
So
okay.
I want to try that for sure. BioShock is just like BioShock 1 is the best. Like I started playing some more Infinite on the TV, but I need to restart it on the PC. BioShock 1 is just like the AI, first of all, the way the AI acts is so smart. They're like the elites in Halo 1. Like they tumble around, like they have this. Some of them have teleporting abilities, like which is very Doom. I feel like that's very like it's very Doom, very early shooter thing. It's like your enemy like disappearing and appearing somewhere else. It's like, you know, pretty dope.
It's creepy as shit too.
Oh my god, the atmosphere is incredible. I might
makes you actually feel something.
What?
It said it makes you actually feel something.
Yeah.
Like so many games nowadays, you're just like, I don't know, you just play them through and they don't evoke any emotion, but like playing BioShock in the dark by myself, 1 and 2, I mean, shit's creepy.
You heard it here first.
Shit creepy.
It's creepy.
Make me scared.
Makes me scared. I don't think I'm gonna get like any clean video of you this whole episode. It's gonna be very
really
shuddery the whole time. Yeah, you freeze all the time, but it's all good, man. It is what it is. Good. But yeah, man. Just if you've never played BioShock, it's like the environment has a million different things that you can loot, but also pick up and use as weapons or as traps or as shit like that. You can get a bunch of guns and modify them, and they all do different types of shit. There's different types of ammo. There's hacking. There's fucking like passive perks for your body and like for what like combat and all types of shit. And then there's like fucking powers on your left hand that are like so dope. Like you'll just have like flames coming out of your hand and you can just, I mean, and this was on the 360 in like 07. You know what I mean? Like it's insane. It's a masterpiece. It's a fucking masterpiece.
And the graphics obviously look like
07. 07, dude. They made that game in 07. The Xbox came out in what? 05? 360?
Yeah, 05, yeah.
They made that in 07. That's why Halo 3 and BioShock are always going to be masterpieces. They came out at that part of the console cycle in the first 3 years. COD 4 also? Anyways, I'm getting off track. But yeah, and I just finished the part where like there's a part. It's so cool to like. I'm playing it on hard, and it's so cool with the Big Daddies. Like you have to use everything. You have to hack every camera. You have to get a lot of armor piercing rounds. Like you need like 200 armor piercing rounds, and you need you need a lot of shit. And need to have health on deck to kill a Big Daddy. Like it's so crazy. And then splicers will run up while you're doing that. It's so chaotic. It's so fucking chaotic, especially on hard, because you're just dying all the time. And you're rushing to go loot bodies or crates to get cash to buy more. It's just like, it's such a mad dash. And then I'm at the part where it's definitely like the piano player guy towards the end. I'm on that sector of the game. I think it's the second to last level, basically, before you go confront Andrew Ryan. But man,
before you become the BioShock.
Before you get a BioShock in your balls. What a fucking game, dude. What a fucking game.
What a fucking game, dude.
Dude, we just have so much more we could talk about.
You want to pick one more thing and talk about that and then do some questions? Or
well, why don't we just do questions now? Because I feel like that'll take us a second, you know?
Okay, yeah.
I'm young enough for your door.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff for.
Okay, I'm gonna. We got a new listener. This cues right up on the video game discussion. I'm gonna Google this because I don't know what they make. Oh, I think I know. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Damn, Max needs to be here. Mitchell writes us, "Hey y'all, I'm a new listener, so I'm sorry if this has already been asked before, but have you guys played any From Software games? If so, what are your favorites or least favorites? Thanks y'all, Mitch." So they made, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro. Oh, they made Armored Core. That's crazy. Remember that? Remember the Armored Core games, the mech games?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, classics. And they made King's Field. Yeah, they're sick. I have not played Dark Souls, Bloodborne, or Sekiro, but
I played Dark Souls.
I haven't played that yet.
Shit. You never played Dark Souls? Oh, you said I thought you had.
Max has like played and beaten all these games. He's a savage.
Well, damn. You should wait till next week to talk about that.
Yeah.
Forget that we read that question.
Okay, I'll mark that one as unread, but I will say that they're dope and I want to play them. And I know they're making Elden Ring, which is a game that's written by George R.R. Martin, actually.
Oh, very cool.
So that's pretty sick.
Thanks for becoming a new listener. Much appreciated.
Yes, thank you. Max, if you're listening to this, just remind me to ask you about that next episode. All right, I guess we'll answer one more since that was kind of more directed towards someone who knows something about that. This comes from Charlie. Hello, Charlie. Some of the craziest news over the last 12 months has been the release of info about UFO encounters by the U.S. government. Fucking wild. Every time I go to take a deep dive on this, I get overwhelmed by the Joe Rogan type overviews of the news. The guy is passionate and has good guests, sometimes not always, but I'm just looking for a different angle. I'd love to hear Connor and Tony distill what is going with the UFOs and possible alien life. What is the Tic Tac vehicle? Are these maybe stealth weapons from the U.S. or other countries? Are we huffing paint in a simulation? I trust you both to be the right kind of skeptics. Thanks, y'all. Charlie. Wow. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. To me, my belief is that these are not from this world. I'm sure that our definition of alien being like an actual physical formed, like green, black-eyed, big-headed like thing is probably limited to our humanoid like imagining of material form in life, because these people traveled, if there's the nearest solar system, I think it's 2 million light years away. So they had to have had a mastery over time and space in order to do this. And I don't know if you have a physical form when you do that. So I'm just saying, whatever these entities are, they are piloting these ships, in my opinion. And I do think the government has been recording these, generally not knowing what they are, because I think they know that they're not Chinese or Russian or something like that. And I'm sure that there's a reason that they're releasing it now. I'm sure it's a limited hangout of sorts, and it's just sort of a distraction. But I do think it's real. Tony, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I'm going to look. I've seen the Tic Tac video, but I was going to look it up again. But you have to think, like, we're, according to the people that are fronting this or pushing this initiative or whatever, like Elon Musk, who, with his company Neuralink, is, I guess they're close to integrating our brains with AI. So you have to think, if a species is advanced enough to, fly millions and millions of light years all the way to our planet, then they have to have, obviously created that same technology, except way more advanced. So I wouldn't even think, if aliens were here, that they would be like organic, fleshy things inside of a thing piloting it. Right. It would just be fully a, AI sort of being, like you were saying. I was just agreeing with you on that. It's not like the bug-eyed green guy.
Yeah. It says here in this,
I was
going to say, it says here in this Wall Street Journal article, U.S. military pilots have observed objects moving at hypersonic velocity, more than 5 times the speed of sound, and conducting maneuvers that are impossible using publicly known technology, stoking fears of industrial leaps made by adversarial nations. But
yeah, they're moving in a way that I think I read that it's like they're bringing space to them. They're not moving through space, and that's how they're able to. But yeah.
What are you talking about? I do think that it has to do with gravity and gravity's relation to time somehow. Like, I think it has to do with those two factors, because it's like Bob Lazar, who I believe every word Bob Lazar says in that documentary and on his Rogan interview. If you don't know who Bob Lazar is, he's probably like the most legitimate / just like crazy UFO. I mean, he worked on UFOs, he claims, at Area 51, but like actually. And this guy is not the like fanatic type. He hates talking about it. Like, very soberly recounts this. And he says that it was like they would put it would like be gravity. Like, you could put your hand on it, but you couldn't touch it or something like that. There's like a gravity force field around it, and it like maybe slips through. It slips through space somehow.
Right.
Like it warps space around it. It goes like interdimensional.
I think,
which would make sense.
If a species were advanced enough to get all the way here from millions of light years away, then they're probably, I don't know. I mean, we have no idea how to conceive like what even our brains would be like once we integrate with AI fully, and we sort of, move past the need for physical form and all that stuff. I mean, at that point, it's purely like hypothetical.
I
what's
feel
important to us.
I feel like they are not. I feel like if they're out there, they're beyond something as like mechanical as AI. I think they don't.
Right.
I think they have something beyond that. I don't think they actually. They don't. I think to get to where they were, they had to have a level of cooperation that goes beyond just this hierarchical and efficient structure we have as a society, where you buy the AI and it gives it. No, it's like it's like they are collective, and it's like
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how they got
that's the inevitability of it. Once you turn your organic thought and being into ones and zeros, because math is like the universal language as far as we know. So it would be something similar for them. Like, eventually it would all probably integrate together. I mean, that's what the Matrix is about, right? The fucking machine world. It's just one thing, humanity's creation destroys it. And I would think that would be, I mean, we don't know if once we merge with AI or once it becomes sentient, if it'll be good or bad, or if it will, to us, if it would destroy us or not. So it's all just guesses, but I feel like if we had something to worry about, it would already have happened, So I don't know. It's crazy. I think that whatever those things are, they're not human or of human creation.
Yeah. No, I think they are a more advanced form of life, period, than we are. They are out there making leaps of millions of light years in space, and however they're doing it, they have godlike power in comparison to us. And but that's an exciting proposition too, because whatever this thing is that is life, that is just actual life in space, that goes beyond just sort of like molecular chemical explosions happening in a massive void. This life thing, the fact that it can grow and develop to something even greater than what we're at, that's a very exciting proposition for us, technologically and sort of like, physically. It's like an interesting proposition. I would like to end the episode, but I want to end it on a quote from a guy I'm quite compelled to in a certain way, and who I think everyone should check out. His name is Murray Bookchin. This guy's cool. He has really, really very good ideas. And his last name is spelled Book, like book, and chin, Chin. So Murray Bookchin. But
funny
this
name.
kind of ties into this, theoretical alien we're talking about. But he said one time, I've never read this, but yeah, he said, until society can be reclaimed by an undivided humanity that will use its collective wisdom, cultural achievements, technological innovations, scientific knowledge, and innate creativity for its own benefit and for that of the natural world, all ecological problems will have their roots in social problems. And, it's that goes beyond just like, global warming. It kind of like the very structure of our buildings, the very like way we build things around us, the way decisions are made about how our world looks. It's a reflection of how we treat each other. And I think that like, it's hard for us to conceive of people going through light interdimensional space, because, our thought is, spaceship, like, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Our thought is like, something built mechanical to fly there, and it's like, we're not even at level 1 in terms of civilization sophistication. Like if you look that shit up, I forget what it's called, but anyways, think about that.
Is that the thing? Does that involve like building a construct around the sun to like harness its energy, and like that's like peak society or something, or peak?
I think I've told you about this before, but yeah, there's like levels of society, and it's based on theoretical levels based on the harnessing of the local energy and organic, solar energy and life around you. And part of it is, like, why when we're under the beaming light of the sun at an energy deficit? You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason. There's no reason.
Just wiping out full species.
Yeah, just pumping fumes into the air constantly. There's no reason for that. Like, there's no reason.
Even if like, the argument is that like, humans have only been doing this stuff for like fraction of the time the Earth has existed. There's no way that like we're affecting it. Like basically climate change deniers. It's like, yeah, but we're still just pumping just fucking just garbage into the air.
Yeah, if you pump chemicals into the air across the entire world for endlessly. 40 years nonstop, yeah, you fill the dome up. That's a layer of shit that you're filling up, like, and when when they talk about the ice age and shit, that shit happened over the course of like 40,000 years or something, like a million years. We did this in this change is happening like that. It's not, you know what I mean? Like people are like, oh, we're going into an ice age. That's what's happening. It's like an ice age. I don't think an ice age happens this quickly. This is man-made. No, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna leave you with that, y'all. Sorry Tony's face was stuttering. I guess we'll figure that out. I don't know. But it was a pleasure, Tony.
Yeah, good up.
And yeah, man.
Good up. Yeah.
Get up. That's what I said. Dad, if you're listening, I don't think my dad's listening. Should I cut that joke out? Or was it funny? No,
it needs to be there.
It needs to be there. Wow. Okay. Tony hates my dad. I'm just kidding.
What a sea June.
What a sea June. Anyways, I love you guys. I love the Welcome Boke fans. Don't you? I mean, it's just like it's just a small cut of people. It's like a VIP club.
Quality over quantity.
That's goddamn right, motherfucker. And they're not, dude. The people that follow me are nice as hell.
Yeah, I saw your Connor's Corner about that. Your Instagram fanly.
Dude, and I think 3, maybe 4 people this weekend when I was out and about.
So recognize you?
Yeah, dude. It's getting like, if I'm out for like what the fuck? 5 or 6 hours, like I get recognized like 2 or 3 times. If I'm
I didn't even like realize how much
it's getting kind of wild.
Because you kind of plateaued on TikTok, and now you're literally just like up to almost 290K. Because you were at 250 for a while, very right?
Harshly true. That's true.
You flatlined.
You were gone. While. You did nothing.
I thought you were dead in the water, essentially. Still could be. But yeah, recently though, you've had an up.
No, but you're right. I was at like 276.5 for like literally 3 months or some shit.
Yeah,
shit was crazy. That's why you always keep posting and keep chugging along, man. Never.
Don't concern yourself with the numbers,
right? Because you got there naturally. You go there naturally. Organic.
Can't force it.
Cannot force that. But to anyone who walks up to me and like says what's up, I always appreciate it. And if I like laugh or something like that, it's just because like I'm still geeked every time it happens. It's like crazy, dude. It's like I'll just laugh. It's just funny. That's just pretty crazy. I'm not gonna pretend like that's not crazy. I'm not too cool to say that's crazy. Like. That's really dope. Anyways, I will talk to y'all later, Tony. God bless you, sir. And God bless your brother if you communicate him. And tell him to listen to the section of the pod where we talk about him.
I will. He usually listens.
Oh, I love him. I love him to death.
Oh yeah, great guy.
All right, folks. That was that. Thank you so much. Peace.